How is your knitted bunny coming along? Do you have some progress on yours? Mine is about halfway done, and I have run into some issues. I may have added them for your benefit. So as you're going along, I told you in our last class to count your stitches. Remember the loops on the top? Now you may be finding that you don't have the number you started out with. And if you don't have the number you started out with, we're going to want to make some fixes. Because what's going to happen is either your square is going to get bigger or your square is going to get smaller, and it will not be square. You also might find some holes in it. Some of that just comes from tension, which is just something every new knitter has to figure out. And that just is practice. Practice will help with that a great deal. Learning how to hold your yarn around your hand will also help a great deal. But the other thing is that you might knit a couple stitches together, or you might yarn over, and I'm going to explain all of those things in just a minute. So all of those things might cause some problems. So the question is, well, what do I do now that I've made a mistake? So that's what we're going to talk about today, what to do next. I actually do still have my 28 stitches, but that is because I have two mistakes on this row. I have one spot where I knitted 2 stitches together, right here, and I have a yarn over right here. Now that yarn over will create a hole, so if you find yourself with a hole down here somewhere, that's probably what you did. Yarn overs are very, very common when you're starting out. And there are times where you want a yarn over. It is a type of knitting stitch, but in this case, we don't want anything like that. So we are going to tink. That is knit backwards, and that is literally what we're going to do, is we are going to knit backwards. So to do this, I'm going to take my needle, the one I normally knit from, and I'm going to go into just this back loop right here, and I'm going to pull that off, bring that out like that. I'm going to keep grabbing that back loop, just like that, and I will keep going until I get to my mistake. Keep going, just grab that back loop. Now, if I grab, say, the front loop like this, I will be able to remove the stitch, but I will end up with a twisted stitch. And the way that I notice when I do that, because I actually do that quite often when I am undoing, is the stitches will feel tight. And the more you knit, the more you'll get used to what your yarn, what your stitches are supposed to feel like. And they should have a little bit of stretch to them when you knit. And if they don't have that stretch, there's a good chance that there is something wrong. So we're just going to keep going like this. Keep grabbing that back loop. Keep pulling the other loop out. Keep going. Pull that out. All right, and here it is. Here is where I have the problem. If you see that, you'll see there are 2 loops right here. So we that's where things went awry. So pull that out right here. Pull that off. It's like it never happened. Yay. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you grab your stitches like this instead of just grabbing one loop. And that is how you knit 2 together, which is something you'll want to learn how to do at some point, but not on this project. So just keep going. If you find that your error is down lower, you're going to continue doing this until you get there. Later on, once you're more comfortable with knitting, you'll find faster ways to fix those problems. But for now, this is going to be the easiest route to go. Just keep going. All right, and here we are to our next one. See right here? That's all that was, just a yarn over. And that's something we don't want to do. So from here, I will go back and now that I have gotten all of my problems fixed, I will go back and I will knit this back up again. And I will continue working. So for this project, you are going to want to knit until this is square. So the way I like to figure that out is I take my my project and I just take the corner and I fold up to my needles. And from here I can see, oh, that's not square. On a different project that's fairly square, I'll show you. So here we have it. As soon as this comes to here, that is when I know it is time to cast off, because for this project, we want a square. Now, you could measure it out if you wanted to, but you don't have to. Just making a good triangle works really well, and more than likely, you've got the tools for that. You may not have a ruler, but if you prefer to do that, you can. And in the next video, I will talk to you all about how to cast off on this. If you're having any issues, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I would love to help you problem solve, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye.